World War II, the Berlin Wall. These are not just events in history books, they are moments that have shaped the very fabric of our world. The scars of these events are etched into the landscape of Berlin, a city that has seen the rise and fall of empires, the clash of ideologies, and the resilience of the human spirit. These events cast long shadows. They changed the world. The remnants of these times are visible in the architecture, the streets, and the very air of Berlin. The city stands as a living museum, a testament to the resilience and determination of its people. We see their echoes in cities like Berlin. The echoes of history are not just in the grand monuments but also in the everyday scenes, the bustling streets, and the quiet corners where stories of the past linger. Places like the Holocaust Memorial and Checkpoint Charlie stand as reminders. They are more than just tourist attractions. They are solemn sites that urge us to reflect on the past and learn from it. They urge us to remember the past and fight for a better future. As we walk through these sites, we are reminded of the importance of memory and the lessons history teaches us. Let's walk these trails together. Let's immerse ourselves in the stories that these streets and buildings have to tell. Each step we take is a step back in time, a journey through the annals of history. Let's explore the stories etched in stone and memory. These plaques and memorials are not just markers, they are storytellers, each with a unique tale of courage, tragedy, and hope. We'll begin our journey at the Holocaust Memorial, a place of somber reflection. Here we confront the darkest chapters of human history and honor the memories of those who suffered. From there, we'll travel to Checkpoint Charlie, where the Cold War divided a city and its people. This site stands as a stark reminder of the ideological battles that once tore the world apart. Finally, we'll venture to Nuremberg, the city that hosted the trials of Nazi war criminals. Here, justice was served and the world took a stand against tyranny and oppression. Each location holds a unique piece of history, a story waiting to be told. As we explore these sites, we not only learn about the past but also gain insights into the present and the future. Join us on this journey through time as we uncover the echoes of history that continue to shape our world today. The Holocaust Memorial in Berlin is a powerful place. It's a massive field of concrete slabs. They stand on uneven ground, creating a sense of unease. Walking through the memorial is a somber experience. The sheer scale of it all is overwhelming. It makes you think about the millions of lives lost during the Holocaust. The memorial doesn't tell individual stories. Instead, it evokes a collective sense of loss. The gray concrete, the silence, the shadows, they all contribute to a feeling of deep sadness. It's a place for quiet reflection, for remembering the victims and confronting the horrors of the past. Checkpoint Charlie was a symbol of the Cold War. It stood as a stark reminder of the division between East and West Berlin, a physical and ideological barrier that separated families, friends, and a nation. The checkpoint was not just a crossing point, it was a front line in the battle of ideologies, where democracy and communism stood face to face. For decades, it was the most famous crossing point between East and West Berlin. The checkpoint witnessed countless stories of bravery, desperation, and hope. People from the East risked everything to cross over to the West, seeking freedom and a better life. Each crossing was fraught with danger, as guards were ordered to shoot anyone attempting to flee. Today it's a popular tourist spot, but the memories linger. Visitors from around the world come to see the remnants of the past, to understand the history that shaped the present. The area around Checkpoint Charlie is filled with museums, memorials, and exhibits that tell the stories of those who lived through the Cold War. You can still see the guardhouse and the sign that once warned, "You are leaving the American sector." These relics serve as powerful reminders of a time when the world was divided. The guardhouse, now a museum, offers a glimpse into the lives of the soldiers who stood watch, ever vigilant at this critical juncture. There are many stories about Checkpoint Charlie, tales of daring escapes, ingenious methods of crossing, and the relentless pursuit of freedom. Some dug tunnels, others hid in secret compartments of vehicles, and a few even flew over the wall in homemade hot air balloons. Each story is a testament to the human spirit's unyielding desire for liberty. People risked their lives to cross the border. The Berlin Wall, with its barbed wire, watchtowers, and armed guards, was a formidable barrier. Yet, the hope of reuniting with loved ones or escaping oppression drove many to attempt the perilous journey. Some succeeded, while others paid the ultimate price. Families were separated for years. The wall tore apart the fabric of society, leaving scars that would take generations to heal. Tearful reunions at the border crossings were a common sight, as people clung to the hope that one day, the wall would fall, and they would be reunited with their loved ones. One of the most famous stories is about the tank standoff in 1961. This tense confrontation between American and Soviet forces brought the world to the brink of war. It was a stark reminder of the fragile peace that existed during the Cold War, where a single misstep could lead to catastrophic consequences. American and Soviet tanks faced each other for 16 hours. The standoff was a high-stakes game of brinkmanship, with both sides unwilling to back down. The tension was palpable, and the world watched with bated breath, fearing that any moment could spark a full-scale conflict. The world held its breath, fearing another war. The standoff at Checkpoint Charlie was a defining moment in the Cold War, highlighting the ever-present threat of nuclear conflict. The anxiety and fear were felt not just in Berlin, but across the globe, as people hoped for a peaceful resolution. Thankfully, a crisis was averted. Diplomatic negotiations and cooler heads prevailed, and the tanks eventually withdrew. The relief was immense, but the incident left a lasting impression on the world, a reminder of how close we had come to the edge. But the tension remained for years to come. The Cold War continued to cast its shadow over the world, with Checkpoint Charlie standing as a symbol of the division and the ever-present threat of conflict. Even today, as we look back, we are reminded of the importance of vigilance and the value of peace. Section 4. Nuremberg, where justice stood trial. Nuremberg is a city with a heavy past. It was a center of Nazi power in the 1930s. After the war, it became the site of the Nuremberg trials. These trials held Nazi leaders accountable for their crimes. The trials were a landmark event in legal history. They established the principle that individuals are responsible for their actions, even during war. Today, you can visit the Palace of Justice in Nuremberg. It's where the trials took place. You can even see the actual courtroom. It's a sobering reminder of the importance of justice and the rule of law. Section 5. The Berlin Wall, a scar on the city, a story in stone. The Berlin Wall once divided the city. It was a physical and ideological barrier that split families, friends, and a nation. Constructed in 1961, it became one of the most powerful symbols of the Cold War. It stood for 28 years, a symbol of oppression and division. Guarded by soldiers and fortified with barbed wire, it was a stark reminder of the lengths to which regimes will go to maintain control. Today, most of the wall is gone. The city has been reunified and the physical barrier has been mostly dismantled. Yet, the scars it left behind are still visible in the landscape and in the memories of those who lived through its existence. But you can still find sections of it standing. These remnants have become historical landmarks, attracting tourists from around the world who come to witness a piece of history. They serve as a reminder of the past. Plaques and information boards tell the stories of those who tried to escape, those who succeeded, and those who tragically did not. The East Side Gallery is the longest remaining section. Stretching over a kilometer, it has been transformed into an open-air gallery, showcasing the work of artists from around the globe. It's covered in murals and graffiti. These vibrant artworks convey messages of hope, freedom, and the enduring human spirit. It's become a symbol of hope and freedom. Visitors from all walks of life come to take photos, reflect, and be inspired by the powerful imagery. Walking along the East Side Gallery is an experience. Each step reveals a new story, a new perspective, and a new piece of art that speaks to the resilience of the human spirit. You see powerful images and messages. These artworks are not just beautiful, they are poignant reminders of the past and hopeful visions for the future. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit can endure. The Berlin Wall may have been a symbol of division, but the art that now covers it speaks of unity and resilience. The Berlin Wall is a scar on the city. From an aerial view, you can still trace its path, a line that once cut through the heart of Berlin, dividing it into east and west. But it's also a story in stone. Each remaining piece of the wall tells a story of struggle, of loss, and ultimately, of triumph. It reminds us that freedom is precious. The Berlin Wall stands as a testament to the human desire for freedom and the lengths to which people will go to achieve it. We must never take it for granted. As the sun sets over the remnants of the Berlin Wall, we are reminded of the importance of preserving history and learning from it, so that such divisions never happen again. Section 6. Walking through history, lessons for the present. Why visit these places? Why relive the past? because history has lessons for us. The Holocaust Memorial reminds us of the dangers of hatred and intolerance. Checkpoint Charlie teaches us about the importance of freedom and unity. Nuremberg shows us that justice must prevail. These places are not just about the past, they are about the present and the future. They remind us that we must never forget the mistakes of history. We must learn from them and work to create a better world. Section 7. Keeping the memory alive. Our journey through history ends here. We've walked the trails of World War II and the Berlin Wall. We've seen the scars of the past and the hope for the future. These places are more than just tourist destinations. They are living memorials. They challenge us to remember, to learn, and to act. Let us keep the memory alive. Let us honor the victims, celebrate the survivors, and work towards a world without walls and without hate.